There was a time where Soviet filmmakers spent their time more studying films rather than making them. They established a theory of montage, an editing style that is assembling together different shots that added new important elements in the cinematic language. After the First World War, Russia was in chaos. Vladimir Lenin overthrew the Tsar and led Bolshevik to power. The country of Russia, where the most people are poor and desperate, was torn apart from the Civil War. And the first task of the government is to create a way to communicate, and they turn into film as a mass communication media. And then, Cinema Committee, led by Lenin's wife, founded the world's first film school, VGIK, and later to be called Moscow Film School, to train new filmmakers. Their goal is to train filmmakers to make films that support Bolshevik political party. But the film school is also interested in the theory of film. The co-founder, Lev Kuleshov, made the Kuleshov workshop, and what they study in that workshop is they take film reel and they cut them apart and analyze them, like how long is the shot, what is the angle of the shot, how the shots are edited together, and why is this shot in this particular order. Later, they began an experiment. They rearranging order of the shot, shorten the shot, and see what the effects might be. And after he studied those experiments, he discovers the Kuleshov effect, and it goes like this. He takes a shot of a man with no expression, cut to show a bowl of soup, and then cut back again to the man with no expression, and then he later asks the audience what the man is feeling. And they answer, he was hungry. Then Kuleshov takes the same shot of a man with no expression, but he cut this time to a girl in a coffin. Now the audience says, the man felt sad. Finally, Kuleshov uses the same man with no expression and then cut into a shot of a seducing woman on a couch, and then the audience says the man felt lust and desire. And Kuleshov also made a concept of an artificial landscape. The concept is when two shots from a different location is cut together and make them appear in the same continuous shot. And then Soviet filmmakers were amazed with that phenomenon and believed the power of cinema, the power of film, and realized that film can do what some arts can't do. Now we call the theories and the studies by Kuleshov and his students are Soviet montage. The word montage is derived from a French word that means putting together or editing. In theory of a montage, a film got its true power and meaning is by the way of the shot is cut together. The way of the order, the rhythm, and repetition. According to the Soviet filmmakers, that the cut should be visible and not hidden. This applied to another Soviet filmmakers that is a former engineer and also a student of Kuleshov himself, Sergei Eisenstein. According to Sergei Eisenstein, the raw materials of a montage is the shot. And Eisenstein's perspective is when two shot is combined with another shot, creates conflict. They produce new idea, and when it combines into another shot, it creates another conflict and another new idea. And it goes on and on and on, driving the films forward. Eisenstein uses different method of montage on how collision between shot can create a building of complexity from shot to shot. There's intellectual montage, is when two unrelated image combines and creates a new idea in our mind. And the perfect example is the Kuleshov effect. Man with no expression, bowl of soup equals hunger. And there's total montage, is when two or more shots that has the same tone or theme. The idea is combining shots to create an emotional experience or psychological meaning that the film is trying to say. For example, a shot of a goat headbutt at each other plus a riot equals conflict. Or a shot of a peacock and then a shot of a supermodel and then a shot of a flower equals beauty. And then there's metric montage, is when shots are cut to a specific number of frames no matter what's happening in the scene. The effect is striking, as the action in the screen is being interrupted, but the rhythm of the editing has a psychological effect, and a number of frames, whether speed up or slow down, could result amount of tension for the audience. For example, the shower scene from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Or another example, in modern action films where there's a fight scene or a vehicle chase scene. Rhythmic montage is a montage that matches the music, action, even the sound effect. For example, the ending drum scene from Whiplash. And finally, the overtonal montage is the combination of tonal, rhythmic, and metric montage. And a perfect example is the last standoff in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. The total montage is on the mise en scène, the cemetery, the dry desert, the sweaty, tired face equals death. Rhythmic montage is used when the shot of the gunslinger is changed based at the rhythm of the music score. Metric montage is when after the long shot of the gunslinger and then the pace of the cut is getting faster until one of the gunslingers was shot. Another Soviet filmmaker that took a different approach of montage is Zika Vertov. Vertov has a vision called kinoki or cinema eye, and his goal is to use camera as an eye to record reality and then use a theory of montage to create a pure meaning rather than story. And then later, he created a film masterpiece called A Man with a Moving Camera in 1929. He takes shot of everyday life in the city, from people activities, meals, traffic, machine, and etc. And those shots are cut together to express our mind point of view of his shot. So that is almost everything about Soviet montage, even though this technique was discovered about 90 years ago, but the method of Soviet montage is still used and influenced in the modern cinema today, from Hollywood, independent films, even music videos.